Hello, my name is Olivia. I will be showing you how to make a pinch pot today. A pinch pot is a handmade clay vessel that's typically a beginner's tutorial. I've taken a handful of ceramic classes. I took one in high school. I was in 2017 with Mike Ridge. I also took one at Miracosta College in 2022 with Professor Yoshi. And last term I took a ceramics class with Andy Salzman. And this term I'm taking a ceramics class with Catherine Finnerty. The first two classes I took, they both started me out with a pinch pot, Mike Ridge and Professor Yoshi. So, it's a good beginner's tutorial. First things first, you're gonna wanna assess the clay that you have. I would say for a beginner, the most accessible option you have is gonna be an air drying or an oven baked. Those ones are gonna be a bit less dense than the clay that I have today. There's also lots of natural clay in Eugene. A good size for your pinch pot to start out is either going to be like the size of your palm or a baseball. You're going to want to start with it in the shape of a ball. First things first, you want to start with an indent in the middle of your clay ball, like that. And right now we're just getting to the bottom. We want there to be a certain width in the bottom of your pot. One of the main tips for making a pinch pot is having something rotating. Like, even if you're just rotating it in your hands, you want to stay consistent, like in math when they say everything you do to one side, you must do to the other. And that's going to help you create a consistent wall. And then once you get to the bottom, then you're going to want to start deciding what you want the base of your pot to look like. Whether you want it to be a flat base, like this is an example of a pinch pot I made. This one has flat with a wall, kind of like a right angle in the corner right there. And then I also have this one that's a bowl shape, so it's rounded all the way through. For this one, I'm going to give it a right angle wall. I also read an article from the Gale 1 file. The pinching technique is relevant in other countries such as Ghana. The women and children make pinch pots. The men get the clay. The kids pinch the pots, and the women usually will be attaching different pieces to those pinched pots, whether it's like a base or decorative. And then depending on the kind of clay you have, you can usually smooth out the bumps and lumps. This will also be when you decide what size you want your base to be, and then you're going to use your thumbs to push out. I'm pushing against the walls with my thumb kind of going straight down to help create that right angle. You can also do whatever surface touch-ups you want. If you want this smoother, flat, the little imprints that your fingers leave, they aren't necessarily a bad thing, depending on what glaze or paint you use. This one I didn't smooth out, and it created a really cool texture on the outside of the pinch pot. And then I'm going to show you some different customizations you can do with your pinch pots. You can attach different pieces. There's a technique called sgraffito, where you paint over the clay, let the paint dry, and then you can scratch off the paint to reveal like the color of the clay underneath and make different designs. If you're using an oven baked or air dry clay, you can typically use any acrylic paint on there. I'm going to show you how you can attach pieces. If you're using an earthenware or a stoneware, porcelain, you're going to want to use the scratch and slip method. The slip and scores, pressers call it different things. And that's basically just a little bit of this clay mixed with water to make like a slurry consistency. But I'm going to show you how you can also do it with an oven bake or air dry clay. So say you wanted to attach a ball or a handle like this one. You get your shape that you want. You're gonna scratch where you want it to go. So I'm gonna say that mine's gonna go here. And you're just gonna rough up the clay. Smooth on smooth isn't gonna attach as well as rough on rough. And then I'm also gonna scratch up this. This is a needle tool for ceramics, but you can use a knife, you can use your fingernails if you wanted. and then you're just gonna smush them together. Clay does really well with compression. It helps it to prevent cracking, exploding, that's a thing. And you're gonna use your finger to just smudge the clay in, smudge, so that it becomes one piece. If you want it to have the attached look, you could do that. You'll want to push as much as you can. It just might not stay on as well as smoothing them together. Yeah, there's so many different options for customizing it, making it your own, not just like a basic simple pinch pot. But that is gonna wrap up my tutorial for you today.